The House of the Republic in central Bucharest, one of the largest buildings in the world, yet still completely empty. It cost President Nicolae Ceausescu an estimated $1 billion to build, but for ordinary Romanians the cost of this and other projects of communist self-aggrandisement has been almost impossible to count. This is the Colentina Hospital, where staff struggle daily to cope with some of the thousands of Romanian children suffering from AIDS. 2 years after their plight was first brought to the West's attention, the stories of medical ignorance and malpractice that preceded the revolution are only now just starting to emerge.
As far as I know, the many children in Romania who are infected with AIDS got the virus by means of either sharing needles. The needles were used to give injections or to take blood, and rather than sterilising the needles afterwards, they were used again repeatedly on other children. Either that or the needles were sterilised, but the technique of sterilising the needles was not good, and therefore the virus remained within the needle, and when it was used again on the next child, the child was infected with the HIV virus.
The British charity Health Aid UK has some 20 staff working full-time with these children. It says treating them is a long-term project, and the only way of improving standards here is to train up Romanians to look after the children themselves. While Ceausescu's policies led to an almost complete breakdown in hospital care, his insistence that Romanian women should have at least 5 children has left another legacy. There are, aid workers say, some 2,000 youths living rough on the streets of Bucharest. Solvent abuse is endemic. This boy is breathing a substance bought at a market stall. Hard drugs aren't available. Many of these children are runaways from Romania's notorious orphanages, eking out a living by cleaning windscreens for passing motorists. Often the best pickings are only available from charity workers who've begun to hand out food to the growing numbers of homeless youths here. For shelter, there's at least one known refuge centre where youngsters can get a night's rest in the warm. It can house 35, so it's only the lucky few who get in. The centre has to be careful who it lets in. This girl has climbed onto the roof to vent her anger at not being admitted because she was found to have been sniffing solvents. The British leader of the charity running the refuge centre says facilities to cope with the problem of Romania's homeless children are totally inadequate.
I mean, the problem is very large because there need to be a lot of changes in Romania generally before, this problem is, begins to be resolved. And by that, I suppose, I mean especially economic growth in the country so that families can look after their own children.
But if the plight of these children depends on the speed with which Romania's economy recovers, then their wait is likely to be a long one. In the meantime, they must rely either on Western goodwill or simply themselves.